our streets. These are streets. These are streets. These are streets.
And the right of return for Palestinians. The 15th of May marks the day of Nakba, which refers to the creation of Israel.
In Gaza, we see on our TV screens the protests of Black Lives Matter in America, the outrage at police brutality, excessive imprisonment, higher unemployment, and the lack of affordable housing. And we nod our heads. Your injustice looks amazingly like our injustice. Let's take a look at some of the parallels. 12.5 million Africans were forcibly shipped to the New World to serve as slaves, with 450,000 arriving to the shores of North America. More than 1 million Palestinians were forced from their land and their homes by Israel, first in 1948 and then in 1967, ending up scattered across different places. For us, it was the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, Lebanon, Syria, and Jordan. Today, African Americans are still suffering. 244 American unarmed blacks have been killed by police officers since October 2015. Palestinians are also victims of state violence. In the same time period, 250 Palestinians were killed by armed Israelis. If they aren't killed, many African Americans end up in prison. 1 in 3 black males born in America today will spend some time in jail during his lifetime. In Palestine, it's nearly the same. 40% of Palestinian men are imprisoned by their Israeli occupiers. You could say that for both peoples, spending time behind bars is almost a rite of passage. The price is also paid at home. More than a quarter of African Americans live in poverty, compared to only 10% for whites. In my home, the Gaza Strip, nearly half the 2 million inhabitants live under the poverty line, with 80% surviving on humanitarian aid. How does this compare to Israelis? Only 20% live under poverty line. I'd say both countries might want to think about spending less on the use of military forces to attack other countries or colonize another people. Consider that the US just agreed to give Israel $38 billion in military aid, in other words, to control our lives. As American writer Ta-Nehisi Coates said in his case for reparation, the kind of trenchant racism to which black people have persistently subjected can never be defeated by making its victims more respectable. The essence of American racism is disrespect. The essence of our mutual oppression is dehumanization. It is not a matter of us performing better to please our oppressors, but rather our right to dignity and respect. Black lives matter. Palestinian lives matter. This is Mohammed Al-Hammami for We Are Not Numbers.